So today I'm here with
Daniel Williams.
Daniel Williams.
Yes.
Daniel, I'm just gonna take you through a few questions
Sure.
just to get a synopsis of your life in terms of where you are right now, how you got to this point and stuff like that. How old is Daniel Williams?
I'm 33 years old.
33 years old.
Born in 1990, 16 May.
Where were you born?
I was born in Paarl, in Cape Town. My mom was working in one of the factories there. It was 4 years. We came down to Durban. So from that, I grew up here in Durban from 4 years old.
From 4 years old.
Yes.
What part of Durban did you grow up in?
Glenwood.
Glenwood.
Yes.
Oh, okay. What?
We were with my father there. They were staying together, and then they had misunderstandings. So they broke up in 2000. Year 2000, they broke up.
Sure.
Then we were staying with my mom in the flats around there, West Street.
Sure.
So.
Oh, okay. Where did you go to school? Did you go to school in Glenwood?
No, I went to school in Addington Primary.
Oh, okay.
I reached grade 7, finished grade 7, and then I went to, when we moved 2004 to Stanger, I was schooling in there in Shaka's Crawl Secondary. There's a school called Shaka's Crawl Secondary. I did up to my grade 12, but I never finished my grade 12 because I got hooked to drugs.
Oh, okay. At what grade did you move to Stanger?
We moved 2004 to Stanger.
Mm-hmm.
I went, and that's when I did my grade 8 in Stanger. That's Shaka's Crawl Secondary.
So out of these 3 places that you've lived, which would you say is your favorite? Cape Town. Do you barely remember Cape Town, probably?
Not at all. I don't know nothing.
Yeah.
All. I left when I was still young.
Yeah.
Very young, very, very young.
Yeah.
Only place I've went is in the farm once, Monfrey, by where my ma is born, where she's originally born, because she's the firstborn in the family. So, but after that, I don't even know how to get there anymore.
Sure.
And I don't have any more relatives and people that are close by that I know.
Oh, so that was your mom's family that lived there. So, between Durban and Stanger, which one would you say you prefer?
Durban.
Durban. And why did you like Stanger?
Stanger, another person don't like to see you succeed.
Sure.
That's what I can put it as. Your own neighbors hate you for nothing.
Sure.
They do anything to try and put you down.
Sure.
Even if you don't bother about them, they'll bother about you.
Sure.
So now that life there is not not life, because even my mom too, she falls sick unexpected, and then when I go and foresee it, they do tell us it's our neighbors that are doing all that.
Sure.
Out of jealousy.
Oh.
They recently made my sister mad last year after she finished her matric. She started praying for Illuminati things and all stupid things.
Yeah.
So then I got sick of that life there, because she was controlling and bossing my mind all. So because I knew that she was gonna lock me up, I say leave her. And
this is who, your sister?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's why I'm here in Durban.
So how many siblings do you have?
It's only me and my sister. The firstborn passed away 2002. Her own bras poisoned her in Mlazi, because they were jealous. She was bras with Lungi, Naidu and Joe.
Yeah.
No one saying I'm missing you and all.
Yeah.
She was bras with her friends, the dark friends in Mlazi poisoned her.
Sure. How are you the oldest or the youngest?
Now I'm the oldest.
Now you're the oldest.
Yeah.
So your sister is younger than you.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. How would you describe your childhood? Like when you think about your time spent here in Durban and Stanger, like through your primary years, high school years?
I never enjoyed my childhood.
Is it?
Yeah, it was rough, because my mom was the only one to take care of all of us for all financial, transport, housing, clothing, whatever, to not make us suffer.
Sure.
It was hard for her, but you check.
So your mom was a single parent?
Yeah. After they broke up, she was the only one single.
Sure.
And all that was heavy for her, because us as we grow, we give our parents hard time.
Sure.
Become stubborn, demand for things, buy hash and all.
Sure.
Not forgetting that it's our parents.
Sure.
So we end up losing that small respect for our own parents.
Sure.
And for each other.
So you feel like you just based off the fact that your mom was a single parent, you feel like your childhood could have been better?
Yes.
Okay. And in the house, it used to live just you and your sister and your mom.
Where?
Uh,
Now, in Stanger.
no, yeah, just
No, we
growing
were
up.
living in the flats after they broke up. My father had a house
Mm-hmm.
that they were actually like renting, because the permanent house that he had was in Montclair. Because he just passed away last year, I don't know who went in there, took the whole house. So when I went to visit, they told me it was 1 year already he has passed away, and they already forfeited the house.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know what happened. I never even go back and find out what's the story. So as it is, Mama, we bought a house. I was in an accident 2015. A taxi fell in the railway in Stanger, in Chaga's Head, got hit by a train.
Mm-hmm.
2 of us survived. So the lawyer robbed me, but I got paid out 470,000 for that.
Out of everybody that was in the taxi, just
Only
two
2
people
of us survived. Yes.
How many people? How many people would you say were in the taxi?
18 died. There was 20 of us.
That's crazy.
It was a red square. So Super 16. It was a red square. There was 20 of us inside the taxi. Only 2 of us survived.
That is crazy.
I was in a coma 1 month. I stayed 4 more months after the coma in hospital. It took me 3.5 years for me to get paid out that money, but the lawyer robbed me. It took about 75% because I only met up with 470,000, and that was a once payoff.
Yeah.
And I waited 3.5 years for that money.
Sure. Okay, so let's actually talk about this day in details. You get into this taxi. Where are you going?
I was going home. We're coming from work from Zimbabwe.
Sure.
That's in Palito.
Yeah. So you used to
all
work.
the people that were there were coming from Zimbabwe.
So you used to work. What did you do in Zimbabwe?
I was a Daga boy there.
Sure.
So
piece job nyana.
Piece job nyana.
Yeah. All right.
So most of the people that were working there, people that are domestic. Some of them are chefs.
Sure.
Yeah, that were in the taxi there.
This is when in the evening.
In the afternoon.
4:30.
Yeah. All of us are rushing for the taxis.
Sure. And this taxi is going to Stanger side.
Going to Stanger straight. It's loading everything, all stopped. So there was about, I think 6 or 7, if I can remember, 6 or 7 people that had to get off by Shaga's Head at the bridge.
Sure.
But when it went to Palito on the rank side, it dropped off 2 people. Then we had space sitting nicely, and when it hit that off ramp going under the bridge, picked up another 2 people, so it became overload again. Sure. By the time it went past Quarter Brick, before it entered the off ramp there's a small bridge that crosses walking bridge. Before it entered the off ramp to Shaga's Head, the iron called Proper Shop came out from the taxi, and the people that were sitting in the back seat heard and saw it getting left behind.
How fast is this taxi going at this point? It's like on the freeway.
Yeah, it started picking up speed very much.
Sure.
Before it entered the off ramp.
Sure.
So then these people started screaming in the back. I got a shock why they're screaming. They're saying,
where are you sitting in this taxi?
I'm sitting right here in the front by the sliding door.
Yeah.
Right here in the front. The people in the back seat are screaming, hey driver, at least speed, things like that, screaming and all. He is not worried about them. Meantime, the lady that's sitting behind him already hypnotized him already. Check with a ring. Flicked a ring. She was wearing dark glasses. He flicked with the ring. That's Illuminati, that Satan was sitting with us. We didn't know. Then as he went off ramp, he did not even change down what the taxi you could see it's moving like mad. Everyone is panicking in the taxi.
Sure.
After even hearing that there's an iron that came out from the taxi.
He still didn't stop.
Then when he just entered the off ramp, just maybe a quarter in, he started fighting with the brakes. The brakes didn't want to apply, nothing.
Sure.
And we could see about 9 cars in line going to Simbiti, indicating to Simbiti. And the other people are sitting on the cartridges, barricades that came out from the companies that are there down in the bottom. There's companies in the bottom there, in Kotrag and Scrapyard.
Sure.
There's all sitting on the barricades, and there's only this gap on the side, on the left side, where it has to stop, where the taxi has to stop and drop off the people.
Sure.
By the time it reached the stop street, the way he was fighting with the brakes until the right wheel busted. Yeah. It only touched once, and then he just turned the steering once.
Yeah.
The time he turned the steering once, the weight of the people in the taxi picked the taxi up and hit the barricade over into the railway, and the train was already going to Stanger. So it hit it hit the barricade. The train, the 2 coaches was already showed that it hit the one door out.
Sure.
The taxi pushed and bounced on the railway. We already, the time it hit the barricade, we already fell with the sliding door. Me and the girl called Nontle. She's from Mapumulo. We fell in between the railway. The taxi came behind us, hit the tip of the train. The door came out, and that pushed it a little bit more further because it's supposed to fall on us.
Yeah.
So it bounced onto the railway and got hooked to the 2 coaches because the train is magnetic.
Yo.
You know that's magnetic.
Yeah.
It got hooked to the 2 coaches and it dragged it until it was small flat.
So it just so happened that a train was
moving. It happened that same time. And then the time when the train stopped in Mhlali, it was going Stenga. Yeah, the time stopped in Mhlali. Everybody that was left in the taxi was in pieces. The taxi was about this small. You could see the seats only.
Yes.
Covered with blood. People that were sitting on the barricades and who saw the thing, they only came to rob the people's bags.
Yes.
That's what I heard because me and the Nontle, we were taken by a helicopter to hospital.
So
the third person that was jumped in died when we reached the hospital.
So you and this Nontle are the only person that survived?
Only survived. And she's still alive.
That is so intense.
Every time when we meet, it'll be like we got a bond or something.
Yeah. So you're taken from there to hospital. Where?
Stanger Hospital.
Stanger Hospital.
Yeah, Stanger Hospital. I stayed there. I did open up my eyes that time, but then after, I don't know what they injected me with, I fainted 1 month.
Heck.
It was the 15th of August. I woke up on this, I think the 17th of September.
Yeah.
Yes. In the coma, because when I woke up I had that helmet, you know, that helmet with the needles that
yeah.
I think it overwhelmed my head.
So what are they saying when you wake up? What injuries did you sustain? What did they say? Head injuries.
Yeah, and just on the slight I missed my spinal cord. I should have been paralyzed.
A
small piece of the iron went in there. I got a small mark, but now it became a dot because years went by.
Sure.
I healed up.
And body-wise, nothing. Mainly just like everything was on their head.
God's grace.
Sure.
I don't know how from the bridge to the sliding door, and she fell on top of me.
Yeah.
Imagine I fell on with the slide on the railway, and she fell on me, but I still survived.
So you're there at the hospital for how long?
5 months now.
5 months.
1 month in a coma and 4 more months after the coma, because I came out in January.
Yeah.
So August, September, October, November, December. Yeah, I won't count August. That's why I say 5 months. Because I came out in January. Christmas I ate in there. New Year's I ate there.
Yes.
It was tragic because I used to see all horrible things in hospital. Things can happen at night. The night doctors don't help. The nurses don't work at night.
Yeah.
They only work about stories.
Obviously, public hospital life.
That's how they are.
So then, after this,
it traumatized me.
Yeah.
I had nightmares for about 1.5 years.
Yeah.
Now I no more have the nightmares.
After this, you get out and you go back home, Esten.
Yes. Coming from Stenga, go back home to Proudville. I'm from Itete, exactly.
Sure.
Proudville and Itete is the same.
So but I'm saying who's at home now at this point? Because obviously you get out the hospital. When you get out, usually when somebody, I don't know your situation, usually when somebody gets out the hospital, they still need care, like a little bit afterwards. It's not like you're getting out of the hospital.
I had nobody to like help me in that way of care, but I had my mother as always. She's been there for me.
Sure.
So that kept me going because she still carried on showing me love as her parent.
Sure.
That I'm still a guy and I'm still human to her.
Sure.
So that gave me motive because the way she grew me up, I know how her life is now.
Sure.
So because of her showing that love and happiness that I'm alive and I'm back, that gave me motive to recover fast.
For sure.
Not like my sister. My sister didn't like give me that care or whatever.
Sure.
Pretending wise, you know.
Sure.
Because girls, you know how girls act.
Yeah.
They always think they're better than you.
Sure.
So yeah.
So you get out of the hospital. Are you heavily medicated? Like in terms of, did they give you like a lot of pills and stuff like that? So I
came out clean.
Is it?
Clean. Even the drugs I was taking was
no headaches, nothing.
No. Only thing I was facing was the nightmare. Nightmares only.
Yeah.
That's what made me go back to smoking.
Yeah.
Because only the smoking could blind the nightmares.
Yeah.
Because when I smoke over, get goof asleep, knock out.
Sure.
The nightmares don't haunt me.
Sure.
But if I'm pure and I try and sleep,
So you say go back to smoking. Do you feel